Sharon Metcalfe is your target, not Diane Hunter. Sharon Metcalfe hates my guts, you see. Always has and always will.
How do you know?
She told me.
Do you remember her exact words?
Yes, I believe so.
Will you tell me what they were?
She accused me of obstructing Diane Hunter from taking up a new job. She mentioned that it was the best opportunity Diane has ever had. She said that if, because of me, Diane passed up this opportunity, Sharon would...
You said you remembered her exact words.
Her exact words were, "I'll get you, Paul Ross, and I won't do it by fighting clean."
In your estimation, would writing poison pen letters be her way of not fighting clean?
You're not going to make me accuse her of writing such a letter, no.
You'd rather I did that?
I'd rather you kept in mind that the only two people entitled to be upset by the letter were the two people mentioned and libeled in it, Mrs. Pollard and myself. I'd be quite happy if you would drop this inquiry, and I feel sure Mrs. Pollard would want the same.
Oh, you've consulted her about it?
No, but her husband has a very bad heart condition. If, in the course of your inquiries, you questioned him, the effect upon him could be quite fatal. I really don't envy your position, officer.
The letter was put into the hands of the police by Miss Pollard. She was invited more than once to withdraw her insistence upon an inquiry, but she would not do so.
But she's so young.
She years ago reached the statutory age of responsibility.
Look, legal niceties aside, this is a trivial matter, hardly of public importance.
Public importance depends on the time expended by the police on their inquiries, particularly when wasted. Now, were this inquiry to be dropped, an inquiry would have to follow into the reasons why it was dropped. I need not point out, Mr. Ross, that Miss Pollard would then herself become subject of an inquiry and may have to face a charge for wasting police time.
Well, now the mortgage situation's easy, should be able to sell it easy enough. Anyway, if your agent's not shifting himself, why don't you get rid of him?
We'll never have time to get around to seeing him. Go.
What?
Cool. It's a bit early for spring cleaning, isn't it?
Glenda, what's going on?
She's not home yet.
Oh, this is your doing, is it?
I'm afraid so, Kevin. I was trying to do a bit of housework, you know, cleaning the place up as a pleasant surprise for Kath.
So what happened?
What happened? My back went, didn't it? Did my back in. I mean, everything was all right. I got the Hoover out, you know, and I was really getting down to the work. And then I tried to move the table, and I felt it go. Ooh. It was agony. Agony. I had to go and have a bit of a lie down. Excuse me.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'll be all right. No, don't worry. Just get it.
How is it now?
It's still there, you know. It's still there.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm all right, you know, if I don't move.
Oh, you want a cushion?
Yeah, all my boots. Come on, Wally, it's us you're talking to now, not the women.
As God is my judge, Kevin, it's a weakness. It's always been there.
Yeah, I bet. Every time there's a sniff of work.
I've no sympathy, you young people at all. Just wait till you're my age. You'll get to find out what things are about, all right?
Oh, Wally, can you move your chair a bit? The cord's got stuck underneath here.
Right, just a minute. I think I'm only in the way down here. I think I'll get upstairs, Devon.
Right, have a nice lie down. We'll wake you up and it's time for supper.
All right, well, a cup of tea would be welcome. No, well, perhaps not, then.
I thought you said he was going.
He is, he's always going. He's been going since he got here.
Oh, poor old devil.
Poor old nothing. Useless, skiving con merchant. Anyway, might as well have that beer we promised ourselves.
It's a shame you never got that job you went after.
Yeah, well, the Wallies of this world are born lucky. They don't have to work for a living, not so long as there's women like Kath around.
Oh, yeah. Come on, he must be getting on to. He must be near his pension age.
He's a few years older than Arthur was, and there's nothing wrong with him.
Well, it can be too easy for him at this time now as well.
I was doing across the road and we went out this morning.
Routine check, I suppose.
What on earth's been going on in here?
Wally, trying to make himself useful.
He's never been doing the housework.
That's right. He hasn't. Just making a flaming nuisance of himself.
Well, where is he now, then?
Upstairs having a lie down.
He was shifting the furniture and his back went.
Ah, so he says.
Dear, I better go and see how he is, hadn't I? I think there's some liniment in the bathroom cabinet.
That's right. Rub it in. Hard.
Oh, you've no heart, you know. You're not.
It's hopeless. I think I'll go down the dog's home on Saturday, find her something really worth looking after.
Funny he got that night watchman's job. At least he'd been out a bit of the time, giving us a rest.
Isn't there anything at the garage, Mac? You know, helping Benny, petrol pump attendant?
No. But look, if you're serious, I'll ask around for you.
Now, the only thing we can do is keep on at him. Get all the papers, make him right, apply for anything. Keep him busy for a bit, anyway.
It's coming back every night and finding him glued to the telly. I can't stand it. If only he'd stay in his room, it'd be one thing.
Hey, look, if that happens again, just pop next door, okay?
Oh, how about tonight?
Hey, why not? We can get a few bottles in, listen to some tapes. Why not?
Okay.
Good evening. Still working, I see.
Well, you said I was to wait until you arrived, so I thought I'd occupy myself.
Yes. I should have phoned.
Phone?
Well, it occurred to me after I'd spoken to Sid that you might have had other things to do tonight.
I hadn't.
Good. Look, I don't know quite where to begin.
If it's about what happened last night, let's just forget it, yes?
And I can't do that. She has been worrying me sick ever since.
I hardly think it warrants that.
Even so.
It's not the first time it's happened, Mr. Banks. I dare say it won't be the last, so as long as we have mapped out the territory, I think we can forget all about it, don't you?
No, I don't want to do that. I want to explain.
Just say there's no need.
Oh, there is. Believe me, there is. You see, what's been haunting me, and that's not too strong a word because it hasn't left my mind ever since it happened, is the fact that you might have thought I was taking some sort of cheap advantage. I've no doubt it seemed that way to you, but I can assure you nothing was further from the truth. Is that what you really thought of me?
It's how I read it at the time.
What have you thought since?
Nothing.
I don't believe that. See, I could only venture as far as I did because I felt sure enough. As it is, I was wrong. I just didn't take the situation into account. The fact that I was your boss. I just needed to show you what I felt for you, and so I tried. And it went wrong.
Felt?
Feel. I'm 50 years old. My wife is the only other woman I've ever even kissed. So you see, I'm not exactly in what you could call familiar territory. That's why I made such a mess of it. I'll say something.
What do I say to a thing like that?
That you understand?
Oh, I understand what you're saying, and thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't understand why.
Just happened. I suppose I knew it the first time I spoke to you. I didn't recognize it at the time because, you see, I wasn't looking.
No.
It didn't take long to get through my thick head because, you see, caring like that is such a wonderful feeling.
I must be honest about this. I wasn't all that bothered by the kiss. Okay, I read it wrong, but I wasn't offended. But I think what you've just said to me now scares the life out of me.
Hello.
Hi. Your father's wondering why the three of us haven't had dinner together since you came back from Paris.
I'm not.
Oh.
If you've come to apologise for having me followed, then you better understand this. I shall never apologise to you or anyone else for going to Paris with Paul.
Well, I shall try to stop behaving like an over-concerned mother if you'll try to stop behaving like an under-concerned daughter.
I'm not sure how to take that. Sounded a bit like a put-down for both of us.
Yes, it did, didn't it? And maybe we deserve it.
I'm not used to you like this.
Likewise, Miranda. But as we're both grown women, perhaps we should try to get used to it.
Our little war is over, is it?
Yes, that's what I came in to say.
No more awkward questions?
Certainly not. Expect you've had enough of questions in the last day or two. If what the motel gossip says is true, and that a policewoman has been interviewing the staff here, particularly you...
Yes, the gossip is true. Still, I'd rather you heard it from me than them. I have received a poisoned pen letter.
Why didn't you tell me?
You might have let it slip to Father.
So might the gossips.
It was just a filthy letter, that's all.
Well, what was in it that interested the police?
I took it to them. I lost my temper and I took it to them.
I never did that with poison pen letters I got at your age.
You?
Well, there's nothing very unusual about it if one is reasonably attractive. And sometimes other women do get jealous.
That's funny you say that. I was only thinking about it before you came in. Why did I automatically conclude that a woman had written it? I mean, the chances are evens, aren't they?
Chances?
Well, that a man had written it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, I believed it was a woman because the letter was so bitchy. But why did you think that? I mean, you don't even know what's in it, do you?
Since you haven't told me, no, I don't.
It's interesting. Women get blamed for everything, even poison pen letters.
You know what I used to do with the letters that I got? Have a good laugh and pop them in the wastepaper basket. Darling, don't you think you were a tiny bit hasty in going to the police?
Yes, I do.
Well, then, why don't you tell them that you don't really need their help after all?
I can't. It's gone too far now. And they're going to clobber me if I don't let them go through with it.
As it's a woman that is making the inquiry, or enough of a daughter of mine to be able to get round her, why not try?
I'll think about it. But it's because she's a woman that bothers me. I'm sure I'd do a lot better if it were a man.
I feel marvellous.
Do you?
Absolutely fantastic. You've no idea what hell I've been going through.
Oh, come on.
No, seriously, I fretted the day away, and the thought of coming face to face with you was terrifying.
Yes, I have that effect.
Well, thanks for making it so easy.
Thank you for being so nice. I did have a little dream shattered, yes.
Dream?
Well, that's not strictly true. More a collection of thoughts.
What about?
About you and I being a bit different. And when things seemed to go wrong, I got so disappointed. I even had quite a row with Dyer about it after you left.
Well, why did you have to talk to her about it?
She noticed things.
Such as?
Smudged lipstick.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm afraid I overreacted a bit. I gave her quite a tough time. It rather showed my hand.
How exactly?
I'm a send-up lady. You smudge my lipstick, and I can jump through a hoop. Suddenly, I didn't have all the answers.
Look, I hadn't bargained for anyone knowing about it so soon. I'm not blaming you, but I wouldn't like it to become common knowledge.
Di's gone.
What?
To Scotland for 3 months on a management course.
I see.
And she's not the sort to send telegrams about, well, about the way I live my life.
Good.
No.
Hello, Oliver.
Marian.
How are you?
Fine. You've met Sharon Metcalfe, I take it?
Well, yes, of course, but I didn't know you had.
He's my boss.
He's what?
Just bought half a share in the garage.
When was this?
Oh, a couple of days ago.
Sal never mentioned anything.
Not one of her strong points, business.
Oh, well, that is nice.
So we're just having a little business chat. Look, can I get you a drink?
No, I've just finished one, thanks. I'd just been killing time waiting for my table, and I spotted you here. I thought I'd say hello.
Yes, of course.
Well, now I'll let you get on with your work.
Well, there's no need.
Oh, I insist. Give my love to Sal.
Yes.
And don't let him be too hard a taskmaster.
I'll try.
Bye, then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Who'd have thought they'd have started quite so soon?
What?
The pretenses.
Well, what we said was perfectly plausible.
Perfectly.
It's all right, you can come in. They've gone next door to listen to some records.
Right. I got fed up on my own.
How are you feeling, then? How's your back?
Oh, it's still there, you know. Comes and goes, Kath.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry about causing all that bother, you know. I just felt I wanted to clean the place up to save you doing it.
Well, it was a very nice thought, Wally, but don't let me catch you moving heavy furniture like that again on your own. You could do your back in for weeks, you know. You could be laid up for weeks.
Aye, that's true, you're right.
Do you want me to rub some more liniment in?
No, it's all right. It just catches me sometimes, that's all.
Well, if it's not better in the morning, you'll have to go and see the doctor about it. You can't afford to play around with bad backs.
No, it'll be okay in the morning. You know, young Kevin was right stroppy with me. Right stroppy, he'd think it was my fault.
Well, the thing was, he came home from work, didn't he? Tired out. And it's not the sort of thing you want to find when you come home, is it? The place in a mess. He and Max had to set to and straighten it all up.
I didn't think.
Well, you'll have to make more effort to get on with him, you know.
Aye, but young Kevin thinks I'm a flaming nuisance in any case. I mean, he does, doesn't he? I might as well admit it.
Well, look, I'm not arguing with you, Wally. It'd be a very good thing, you know, if you could find yourself a job to do while you're here. You wouldn't be under their feet all the time.
I'd like the chance to do so. A nice little job to prove that I'm not ready for scrap heap. I'd jump at the chance if only I thought I had a chance.
Well, it's either that or back to Manchester. I'm talking to you straight, Wally. I mean, you keep saying you're going another 2 weeks and you stay a bit longer. Well, I can't go on defending you against Kevin and Glenda. I mean, it's my house, I know, but they've got their rights too. They help pay the bills. Are you listening to me?
Of course I'm listening to you, and I agree with you.
Yes, well, do something about it then, because one day, if you're not careful, you'll come home from that pub and find all your bits and pieces outside the door, and the door locked. I mean it, Wally. So shift yourself, one way or the other.
All right. Now, coffee?
Thanks.
Or do you want a drink? I haven't got a great selection, but I dare say I could find you a glass of wine.
No, coffee's fine.
Right, coffee it is. Take your coat off.
Yes, thanks.
Just throw it on a chair somewhere. I haven't got to hang it up, have I?
No, quite.
Here's a waffle doll.
Good.
Sit yourself down.
Thanks.
I didn't realize Marian Owen was your sister-in-law.
Yes.
Is it likely to cause problems?
Like what?
Her having seen us.
What, having a drink and a chat? I shouldn't think so. Why?
Guilty feelings?
No need.
Isn't there? I'm not very good at deception.
I don't suppose I'll be all that good either.
Then let's not even try. We're honest people, I think. Well, honest enough. And that's something worth hanging on to, wouldn't you say?
True, but...
I only asked you back here so we could have this little chat without looking over our shoulders and all that. I just wanted to say right out, it stops right here and now, because that way we're in with a chance of making it stick, don't you think?
But if it's just a question
Not just anything, Oliver. Mr. Banks. Let's try and give it a miss, eh?